What is up, everyone? Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I greatly appreciate that as always. So today I'm going to be taking a look at another N64 ROM hack physical cartridge, and this time it's Super Mario Bros. 64. Real quick, for those who don't know, Super Mario Bros. 64 is a ROM hack made by Kaze Amanoir, and I hope I'm saying that right. Now, what's cool about this hack is it's actually a remake of the original Super Mario Bros. On the NES. But what's neat about this one is you actually have 4 different characters to play as: Mario, Luigi, Waluigi, and Wario. And each of them act as a sort of difficulty setting for the game, with their jumps being adjusted. But before we get into all of that, we have a physical cartridge to take a look at first. Alright, so we have this nice sort of speckly, sparkly red cartridge, and it looks to be, and probably is, the exact same cartridge as Dragon Ball Kart here, which we did a video on last time. And just like last time, I like it. It feels nice, it doesn't really feel too cheap or anything like that. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break on you or anything, and I don't know, I like the color to it, and I think it fits both the games pretty good, if I'm being honest with you. And just like Dragon Ball Kart, this has an expansion pack logo right here, sort of a warning for people who buy these things and don't realize you need an expansion pack to play these kinds of games. And not all of them require it, but a lot of them do, and since these don't come with a box to put it on, they put it on here instead. So I get it, but I will say I think it would probably look better without it. Since I don't have a box with this, I'm going to go ahead and pop it into the N64 and I'll check it out. Okie dokie, everyone, here we are, Super Mario Bros. 64. I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into this. So it would seem that maybe the physical cartridge might possibly be a previous version, or maybe a beta version, if you will, of the actual ROM. And let me show you why real quick. So right here you'll notice some glitch or fritziness in the background, and that does pop out throughout playing the game here and there. And also I noticed that the other extra added characters, they don't all seem to be modded in properly, except for Wario. Wario's looking good, alright? Waluigi, on the other hand, is looking more like a splotchy, discolored Mario. And speaking of splotchy, discolored Marios, whenever you have the Fire Flower power-up, you also kind of appear to be just a strange-looking Mario. I'm not really sure why, but it kind of reminds me of using the Game Shark on Mario 64, if you've ever done that before. Trying to change Mario, every time I tried to do that, it just ended up resulting in something kind of like this. Just a little weird. Now, despite these glitches, this game does still work, and it is pretty fun. Since this is technically the Mario 64 engine, and if you're good at it, you can sort of just parkour through some of these levels. It's actually pretty fun. You can just, like, seriously glide through some of these levels sometimes, and especially if you're on a different difficulty setting, like an easier one, it's just easy. And at the same time, if you maybe aren't good at this Mario 64 stuff, it can definitely be hard gameplay at sometimes. And also, if you're on the harder difficulty settings, it can be a little rough sometimes. I was also a fan of using the Fire Flower power-up that they were able to mod in here. Even if I missed with it sometimes, which was maybe more often than not, it was just really fun to use, and I was glad to see that they were able to actually put that in the game. And this is a remake after all, so I definitely enjoyed being able to see the original levels recreated in this 3D environment. It was really neat and really colorful. You know, all of the enemies and power-ups and coins, it all looked great, and it kind of gives you a glimpse or maybe an idea for what an actual Nintendo traditional Mario platform might have looked like. Because we didn't really get anything like that on the 64 or even GameCube. We didn't really see anything like that again until the Wii. Don't get me wrong, I love the Mario games we got, but the OG side-scroll platform Mario games, they were always my favorite. They're just the best. And this game does a fairly decent job at recreating that. So I will say again that yes, it is unfortunate that this physical cartridge does not seem to be the final version of this game, but the glitches, in my opinion, were fairly minor in the grand scheme of things. This game does technically work and play just fine, and glitches and all, I still had a really fun time playing this game. So I definitely think you guys should check out this ROM first online. That way you get a better idea for what this game should actually look like. And if you play it and enjoy it like I did and still want it physically, and what you saw in this video doesn't bother you, I will be leaving a link to the product that I bought down below. And if you don't want this, but you still want it physically, there are always other options. Plenty of sellers out there. Just be sure to do your research and make sure you're buying from someone that you trust. That's all I can say. There's always options out there, though. That is going to do it for the video today, everyone. So if you are a fan of Mario 64, or maybe you just enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like. I greatly appreciate that as always. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask those in the comments down below. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.